Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Paul's Monday Market Update, number 183 for the 12th of May 2025. As always, you are very welcome here, but just remember that you're always responsible for your own trading decisions. Okay, so here's the next one. So we have quite a lot of earnings reports this week. Not the kind of biggest of names, but it's more about quantity than quality this week. Nonetheless, there are a few of the big names, and one of them on Thursday before the open is Walmart. All right, and that's what we're looking at here. This is the weekly chart of Walmart, and I think we looked about this a couple of months ago because it was in a nice trend, wasn't it? It was in a nice trend. We had basically got up towards the kind of $100 big run number, and you can see we kind of, we dropped away from that very, very strongly. Okay, there's a real sort of kind of, it's a scruffy evening star, I would call those three candles there. Okay, but nonetheless, you can see we dropped away. And where did we drop away back to? We dropped away back to big round number at 80, and also the weekly 50 period moving average. Okay, so that's what you see on my charts: a blue 20, red 50, and sometimes a green 200. All right, but we dropped off the 50, and as you can see, we kind of worked our way back up from being around about $80 to just tick of $100 there. Okay, and as I said, we've got earnings on Thursday. You can see last week we kind of dropped a bit, but as I was just saying, if you look at from where we closed 96 from where pre-market is 99, that's an indication of that kind of what's that almost sort of what $2.50 jump in the pre-market. That is Walmart. Okay, is the reflection of how investors traders are viewing the kind of optimism that's come out of those particular talks. All right, and as I said, I bet those gaps are going to be even bigger on some of those US tech firms. But that is an indication. Of course, Walmart. Right, they're selling lots of stuff, lots of cheap Chinese stuff. I suspect it's a long time since I've been in a Walmart, but you can see for yourself. I wonder if that earnings and this risk on giddiness, whether that takes us back above $100, and if we get above it, can we actually stay above it? That's what I'd be watching. That's why that'll be on my watch list at the moment.